Hey guys, this is Candle, and it is time to start a new Let's Play. Yes, we are going back to the original Diablo. Well, technically we'll be doing Diablo plus Hellfire, but we're starting with the base Diablo because of this. Nice atmospheric early CG cutscene here. Oh man, CG has progressed so much in the past, 25 years. But yes, this cinematic is not in Hellfire, even though like all the rest of Diablo's content is. Plus the menus say Hellfire instead of Diablo, so we'll be playing the base Diablo, and then we'll be converting the save for Hellfire, which is not necessarily the best way to go about it. Like, if you're seriously planning on playing this and you want to play Hellfire, start with Hellfire. The Hellfire content, you'll get access to it like halfway through the game, should be. Otherwise, you are going to have probably a suboptimal experience trying to convert your save from Diablo to Hellfire. But yes, nice. Oh, man. Early CG, man. Like, Blizzard gets pretty well known for CG cutscenes. But this is... I mean, for the time, it was pretty good. This was, what, 95, 96? Maybe 97? And of course, like, nothing in this cutscene is, like, actually properly relevant to the game itself. But still, it's nice to have a good way to kick things off. Now that's relevant, because that's Diablo himself. Alright, so yes, we're playing the original Diablo, and the reason why we're doing this is because Diablo 4 is coming out in June, and I really want to play it, and it's been a long time since I played Diablo 2 or 3. I played Diablo 1 not that long ago, so I'm fairly familiar with this game by this point. But yeah, let's go ahead and start. We got 3 different classes here. There's not too much difference between them. Beyond base stats, and there's a little bit of difference in terms of max stats, but essentially, I mean, you get your stats high enough, you can equip any armor piece, any weapon, any spell. So it really mostly just affects your base stats and your starting gear. Warrior is melee, tank and damage dealer. Rogue is ranged, preferred. Sorcerer is magic. I think I prefer the rogue, so we'll go with that. And go Candle. All right. Start things out here. All right, just double checking things. So yeah, we don't have much. We have a short bow and 100 gold pieces and 2 potions, and that is it. However, let's talk to some people.
And a fellow drinking peace? I want to tell you something, because I know all about this stuff. It's my specialty. This here is the best. The best. That other ale ain't no good since those stupid dogs.
I think he's implying that the dog's pissed in his ale or something. But yes, this is Farnham, the town drunk. He's not a huge good source of information. Oh, I know which one of the quests we're starting out with.
My friend. Stay a while and listen.
So this is Cain. You can identify items with him, or...
While you are venturing deeper into the labyrinth, you may find tomes of great knowledge hidden there. Read them carefully, for they can tell you things that even I cannot.
Right. So Cain is the town elder. He's a bastion of wisdom.
Well, what can I do for you?
Are you have anything that's worth buying? I have 100 gold pieces. You know what? I think we'll hold off. But this is Griswold. He's the blacksmith. You can buy basic items from him, basic equipment. You can buy premium items, which is like special rare equipment. You can sell equipment, and you can repair stuff from him. And of course, you can talk to him too.
Is gonna get himself into serious trouble. Or I guess I should say, again. I've tried to interest him in working here and learning an honest trade. but he prefers the high profits of dealing in goods of dubious origin. I cannot hold that against him after what happened to him, but I do wish he would at least be careful.
So he's talking about another character, Wirt, who is a fence. He charges you 50 gold pieces to see what he has in stock. He only ever has one item in stock, but it's usually very good, very expensive item.
What ails you, my friend?
And this is Pippin the Healer.
While I use some limited forms of magic to create the potions and elixirs I store here, Adria is a true sorceress. She never seems to sleep, and she always has access to many mystic tomes and artifacts. I believe her hut may be much more than the hovel it appears to be, but I can never seem to get inside the place.
Probably a good thing. Alright, so he's our healer. You can get, he can heal you for free, or you can buy healing potions and items from him. I think we'll not do that with any of our starting gold. This is Jillian the barmaid.
Good day. How may I serve you?
She's not a good fount of wisdom either, but,
I grew up with Wirt's mother, Canis. Although she was only slightly hurt when those hideous creatures stole him, she never recovered. I think she died of a broken heart. Wirt has become a mean-spirited youngster, looking only to profit from the sweat of others. I know that he suffered and has seen horrors that I cannot even imagine. But some of that darkness hangs over him still.
Alright, so we got a little bit more information on Wirt. And over here we have Ogden. Ogden, the tavern owner.
Thank goodness you've returned. Much has changed since you lived here, my friend. All was peaceful until the Dark Riders came and destroyed our village. Many were cut down where they stood, and those who took up arms were slain or dragged away to become slaves, or worse. The church at the edge of town has been desecrated and is being used for dark rituals. The screams that echo in the night are inhuman, but some of our townsfolk may yet survive. Follow the path that lies between my tavern and the blacksmith's shop to find the church and save who you can. Perhaps I can tell you more if we speak again. Good luck.
Alright, Ogden. So that gives us a basic idea of what's going on. Unfortunately, it did not start a quest.
Thank goodness you returned.
Oh, that's all you're gonna say. Okay, until we've actually been down. But yeah, Ogden basically is kind of like Jillian, where he doesn't really do much. He gives you a quest or two, potentially. The way this game works, actually, there's like 16 different quests, and like half of them are randomized. So you're only ever going to get like 10 or 11 out of, per run of the game, and like 4 of them are mandatory.
Psst, over here. I guess I owe the blacksmith my life, what there is of it. Sure, Griswold offered me an apprenticeship at the smithy. He's a nice enough guy, but I'll never get enough money to... Well, let's just say that I have definite plans that require a large amount of gold.
Which is why he sells stuff for insanely high prices, though it's usually worth it. I will say it is usually worth it. Okay, so there's one last person to talk to. The only thing I'm not liking about the base Diablo is Hellfire allows you to zoom around the town map. By basically it lets you toggle a sprint. Diablo 1 doesn't. This is your walking speed. This is the fastest you move throughout the entire game. Hellfire, at least on the town, it lets you move like double speed. Down in the dungeons, it does not, though, unfortunately. But it's understandable because, they'd have to rebalance the game. Alright, so the last person to talk to is up here, Adria.
I sense a soul in search of answers. To a man who only knows iron, there is no greater magic than steel. The blacksmith Griswold is more of a sorcerer than he knows. His ability to meld fire and metal is unequaled in this land.
Alright, so Adria is your magic merchant. You can buy mana potions, scrolls, books, staves from her. And you can sell the same as well, including health potions. And you can also recharge your staves if you're playing a sorcerer, or if you're playing a wizard or a warrior or a rogue that likes staves for some reason. I don't know why you would do that, but the rogue is kind of geared more towards bows, the warrior towards swords and axes. Alright, so that is everybody in town. And like I said, there is... You know, I already know one of the quests we're going to be getting. There's a pretty easy telltale sign, but I'll talk more about it when we actually get that quest. There's another early quest that we could potentially get that is also very easy. Yep, we got it. So this is the telltale sign for the Butcher.
Please, listen to me. The Archbishop Lazarus. He led us down here to find the lost prince. The bastard led us into a trap. Now everyone is dead, killed by a demon he called the Butcher. Avenge us! Find this Butcher and slay him, so that our souls may finally rest.
Yes, I will do just that, but first I need more information on the Butcher. By the way, I haven't really talked too much about the UI. It's mostly down here. You know, you've got your health on the shoulders of a demon, you got your magic on the shoulders of an angel. You've got your hotbar here, you know, keys 1 through, 10? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 1 through 8. And you can equip potions or scrolls and stuff to those. And just use the number keys for that. Different buttons here open different things. You know, character, there's all your stats, quests, map, which is not available here, menu, inventory, and spells. This is your actual spell book, which is different from if you, that's the actual, B hotkey. If you do S, you can do quick select for spells, which will also show up down here, your active one. The only one we have right now is Trap Disarm. It's technically more of a skill than a spell. Alright, we're looking for information on the Butcher. Let's go talk to Wirt first. By the way, I don't really use Trap Disarm that often. It's, you know, the traps in this game are fairly easy to avoid, or at least they're not as damaging when they aren't.
Psst, over here.
So yeah, certain quests, they'll show up in your quest log, and certain quests you can ask for more information from the townsfolk.
I know more than you think about that grisly fiend. His little friends got a hold of me and managed to get my leg before Griswold pulled me out of that hole. I'll put it bluntly. Kill him before he kills you and adds your corpse to his collection.
Yeah, kill him before he kills you. Oh man, late 90s. What a wild time for voice acting in games. Honestly, in some ways it was a lot better. Yeah, you get a lot more naturalistic voices, a lot more naturalistic performances with modern technology, but the fact that they tend to prioritize actual physical actors because of things like motion capture,
What ails you, my friend?
means that you end up missing out on a lot of like really interesting voices, like actual voice actors, people who are actually acting with their voices. Because the problem is, acting through your voice requires a whole different set of skills than acting through your body. So, like, actual physical actors tend not to put as much inflection into their voices. They tend to, especially with as modern technology has improved in so much, they tend to speak more naturally, which, you know, sounds great to our ears, but again, you don't get as many unique voices.
By the light I know of this vile demon. There were many that bore the scars of his wrath upon their bodies when the few survivors of the charge led by Lazarus crawled from the cathedral. I don't know what he used to slice open his victims, but it could not have been of this world. It left wounds festering with disease, and even I found them almost impossible to treat. Beware if you plan to battle this fiend.
Oh, believe me, I will beware. I've run up against the Butcher a couple times now, and he is no joke. Especially at the point in which you first encounter him. I think the intent is like you're supposed to be cowed by him, and you run away and get stronger and then come back and kill him, but there's really no need. You just need a good strategy.
Big cleaver, killing all my friends. Couldn't stop him, had to run away, couldn't save them. Trapped in a room with so many bodies, so many friends. No!
Yeah, poor Farnham. I mean, he was already the town drunk before the Butcher, but now that's just made it even worse. All right, Kane, what do you have to say about the
Hello,
Butcher?
my friend. It seems that the Archbishop Lazarus goaded many of the townsmen into venturing into the labyrinth to find the king's missing son. He played upon their fears and whipped them into a frenzied mob. None of them were prepared for what lay within the cold earth. Lazarus abandoned them down there, left in the clutches of unspeakable horrors to die.
Bad Lazarus. I don't like this guy. Alright, what about Jillian? Let's talk to her first. Then Ogden, then Griswold, and then Adria.
Hey, how may I say when Farnham said something about a butcher killing people? I immediately discounted it. But since you brought it up, maybe it is true.
So she really doesn't know anything. Alright. What about Ogden? Do you know anything, Ogden? Can you give me more insight into the butcher?
You returned.
Apparently not. By the way, Ogden's text here implies that the hero at one point lived in Tristram.
What can I do for you? I saw what Farnham calls the butcher, as it swathed a path through the bodies of my friends. He swung a cleaver as large as an axe, hewing limbs and cutting down brave men where they stood. I was separated from the fray by a host of small screeching demons, and somehow found the stairway leading out. I never saw that hideous beast again, but his blood-stained visage haunts me to this day.
Alright. So yes, they're building this guy up like he's a big monster, and really he is. He's a toughie. He's one of the few actual bosses in the game, though, again, you don't have to beat him. Even if you have the quest for the Butcher, you don't have to fight him. Like I said, there's only like 3 or 4 quests in this game that are mandatory. The rest are all optional.
I sense a soul in search of answers. The Butcher is a sadistic creature that delights in the torture and pain of others. You have seen his handiwork in the drunkard Farnham. His destruction will do much to ensure the safety of this village.
All right. So that is everybody's views on the Butcher. I think it's finally time to descend to the depths of the catacombs. Well, technically not the catacombs, the church. The church basement. Catacombs is the second area. So the way this game works is it's a dungeon crawler. The levels are procedurally generated, so it's randomized like every time you start a new game. And there's 16 levels, you just descend to the depths, and the intent is to eventually kill Diablo. If we go in here, and let's go ahead.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled.
All right. The sanctity has been fouled, and there's an auto map here, and I'm pretty much going to play this with this completely on pretty much the entire time. I don't know why anybody would not. But yeah, pretty much you just click things until they're dead. Come on. There we go, and then you pick up the loot. I thought there was another monster over here. Apparently not. But yeah, you just explore, find your way down, find loot, and that's it. Pretty simple game, but pretty fun. There we go. Alright, got you. Perfect, good. Alright, got a chest here with a mace, which I'm never going to use. However, it's still good to pick up because you can sell it for more gold. Come on. There we go. Part of the problem is, as a ranger with the, or sorry, rogue with the bow. Part of the problem is like the bow is not hit scan. It is it's an actual projectile, and you can easily end up missing your shot. All right, let's see what's in here. Shouldn't be that big of a room. Nope. There we go. We got a couple bows. 1 to 4 not identified, so those might be good to identify. Oh, good, I do have a scroll of identity. We'll do this one. Bow of piercing. 1 to 4 damage. Chance to hit +3 damages target's armor. So if we actually take a look at this. So yeah, our hit went up. The other bow might be more worthwhile, but until we identify it, it's not worth equipping. There we go. Alright, nothing there. This is a big room. There we go. And we found the way down already? Wow, okay. Yeah, down to level 2, but we're not ready to do that yet. It is very, very much to your advantage to fully explore every floor beforehand. And you can see we leveled up. However, before we can deal with that, I want to make sure I'm in a safe place. Alright, let's go ahead. We'll give a couple there, one there. Oops, wrong button. That was the inventory button. So every time you level up, you get 5 points to allot to your stats. There's 4 base stats. 5 base stats, I think. No, it's 4 base stats. Strength, dexterity, magic, and vitality. Vitality is your health, your hit points. Magic affects both your mana as well as the power of your spells and, what spells you can learn or use via scrolls. Strength is your damage as well as being factored into which weapons you can equip, and dexterity. Oh, and also, I think armor. And then dexterity is for ranged weapons primarily. A lot of gold in here. Yeah, shoot through the bars. All right. Kill this zombie. Now, I could be misunderstanding some of those stats, but I think that's how it goes. Alright, sometimes when you destroy barrels, enemies will pop out, sometimes they'll explode, and sometimes you get items.
I have no room.
I have no room. Great.
Now where would I...
No room for that either. But it's not safe right now, and I don't have a scroll of Town Portal. Nor do I have the spell Town Portal. There we go. Alright. Now, I know I heard something fall here. Apparently not. Alright, can I rearrange? Well, first off, I can equip that. That'll give me a little bit more room. There we go. Alright. And I think that's it. There was something else. There was a cape. Yes. There we go. Go ahead and equip that. That way we have some basic armor and equipment. We can keep exploring a little bit further. All right. There was more to this room, wasn't there? Weren't there a couple? Yeah, a couple sarcophaguses. Over here. There we go. All right, aha. I was gonna say, I know there's more monsters over here. Where did you come from? There we go. But yeah, the problem with the bow is that, again, it's a projectile, so as monsters move, you can potentially miss them. There we go, we got another level up. Let's do a couple vitality, dexterity, and a couple magic.
I have no room.
I have no room. Alright, before we explore 2 more, let's go back to town. Now, if we had a scroll of Town Portal, this would be a lot easier, but unfortunately we don't. So we have to actually backtrack all the way back to the entrance. Alright, we're almost there. Just hold your horses, we're almost there. Because we need to, A, get this identified, and B, sell off all the stuff we're not using. And that'll clear up more inventory space. And the reason why you want to pick up everything and then sell it is pretty simple. The game does not give you enough gold via loot drops otherwise. So, you may as well, pick everything up and sell it. Get more gold. Now, the problem is, if you don't have a scroll of Identify, Kane can identify stuff for you, but he charges a fee for it. And it's a fee of 100 gold pieces.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Nope, I didn't want to talk to you. Wanted to identify. There you go. Bow of Piercing. Damages targets. I think the one we already have is better. Dagger of Readiness. Don't care, but once you identify it, it's worth more. Let's see. Yeah, see, this is the exact same, except it's also +3 chance to hit, so...
I'm glad I caught up to you in time. Our wells have become brackish and stagnant, and some of the townspeople have become ill drinking from them. Our reserves of fresh water are quickly running dry. I believe that there is a passage that leads to the springs that serve our town. Please find what has caused this calamity, or we all will surely perish.
Yes, indeed we will.
What ails you, my friend?
Alright, so that is the other quest I knew we were going to get, and the reason is because of the fountain here. You see how it's all yellow and everything? Yeah, that means it's poisoned. We have the poisoned water supply quest.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
So let's get some more information about that.
I don't know what I can really tell you about this that will be of any help. The water that fills our wells comes from an underground spring. I have heard of a tunnel that leads to a great lake. Perhaps they are one and the same. Unfortunately, I do not know what would cause our water supply to be tainted.
No, but you did give me some good information there. Alright, what about you, Griswold?
Well, what can I do? Pippin has told you the truth. We will need fresh water badly, and soon. I've tried to clear one of the smaller wells, but it reeks of stagnant filth. It must be getting clogged at the source.
Alright, a little bit more information there. Now we know it's getting clogged at the source. Alright, so let's go ahead and sell all of this stuff. There we go. Yeah, see how much these are worth now? Much better. Alright, repair everything. Alright, anything worth buying? Rags of Sturdiness. No. Strong Buckler. Bow of Flame would be good, but we can't afford it. And we can't equip it either. That's why it's red. White Cap of Light might be good, but we don't have the money. Alright, we'll not bother with any of that right now, then.
Greetings, good master. Welcome to the tavern. I have always tried to keep a large supply of foodstuffs and drink in our storage cellar. But with the entire town having no source of fresh water, even our stores will soon run dry. Please, do what you can, or I don't know what we will do.
Oh, I will do what I can. I don't want you to worry.
Good day. How may I? My grandmother is very weak, and Garda says that we cannot drink the water from the wells. Please, can you do something to help us?
I think so. I think I can. But I have to delve deeper into the depths beneath the I almost said beneath the castle, but it's like, no, beneath the church. It's a church, not a castle. I'll have to delve beneath the depths to figure that out. What about you, Wirt?
Psst, over here. For once, I'm with you. My business runs dry, so to speak, if I have no market to sell to. You better find out what is going on, and soon.
Oh, I will, never you fear. But what have you got? Axe of Might, which is useless to me and also more expensive than I can afford. Alright. So we've got, what, 2 people left to talk to? Farnham and Adria. And then it's back down beneath the dungeon. Back down beneath the church. Alright, Farnham, what have you got?
Kind of fellow drinking. You drink water?
Yes, yes I do. It's very tasty. In fact, I have a water bottle right beside me. Alright, Adria. Is it Adria or Adria? I can never remember.